It's Monday. For most, this is the mountain they have to climb, the end of freedom. It's a day of heavy sighs and slow starts. They see it as a necessary evil, a barrier to overcome just to get to the next moment of rest. They're missing the single most critical truth of success. Monday discipline creates Friday victory. That satisfying result, the breakthrough, the successful launch, that feeling of deep accomplishment, it's never a sudden event. It's the direct outcome of a specific intentional action you took 96 hours earlier. Your Friday isn't defined by luck, it's engineered on Monday. A champion sees Monday not as a burden, but as the greatest strategic asset in their calendar. It's the day of maximum leverage. The discipline you bring to the first 8 hours of your week determines the efficiency, the momentum, and the ultimate reward of the entire cycle. When you choose discipline today, you are buying your freedom on Friday. When you choose laziness today, you are guaranteeing panic, struggle, and a failure to launch by the end of the week. So let's talk about the compounding cost of Monday mediocrity. The majority are trapped by the inertia of inaction. They suffer from the myth of gradual acceleration. They believe they can afford to start slow, ease into the work, and somehow make up for lost ground on Tuesday or Wednesday. This is a profound strategic delusion, a dangerous game of psychological catch-up that you can never truly win. That single, small decision to procrastinate on Monday morning, to put off the hard task, to attend a low-priority meeting first, or to choose distraction over deep work, triggers an immediate, devastating domino effect. First, you lose psychological dominance. By choosing comfort over commitment, you teach your mind that its desires are stronger than your discipline. You surrender your inner authority, setting a tone of weakness that lingers all week. Next, you lose the momentum multiplier. Momentum isn't linear, it's exponential. Instead of riding the surge of a strong start, you spend Tuesday and Wednesday fighting the friction of an unfinished Monday, forcing yourself to push a dead weight up a hill. And finally, you create Friday panic. The tasks you didn't attack with discipline on Monday inevitably blow up into an urgent, messy crisis by Thursday afternoon. You're forced to execute high-stakes work under crushing time pressure, guaranteeing a lower quality result and a profound sense of anxiety. You trade precision for speed. A weak Monday guarantees your Friday will be spent catching up, apologizing, and explaining why you fell short. You're trading 5 days of structured calm for 1 day of chaotic panic. The cost is simply too high. But what does it look like to build your week differently? Let's dive into the architectural blueprint of Monday discipline. A champion's Monday isn't about working harder. It's about working smarter, faster, and with uncompromising intention. It's a day dedicated to building the momentum that makes the rest of the week inevitable. This is how you architect your victory. Pillar 1 is the dawn attack. The moment you wake up, your discipline must be absolute. Your highest leverage task, the one that drives the needle for the entire week and the one you most dread, must be executed within the first 2 hours. This is your Monday fire break. When you conquer the most uncomfortable thing first, you do more than complete a task. You fundamentally alter your internal chemistry. You prove to your subconscious that your commitment is stronger than your discomfort. This psychological win creates a surge of confidence that acts as the initial thrust for the week's rocket. By 10 a.m., you've already done the work that others are still just planning to start. That is leverage. Pillar 2 is the non-negotiable time block. The disciplined worker schedules and protects massive, uninterrupted blocks of time for deep work. They understand that email, social media, and shallow tasks are the silent assassins of productivity. On Monday, you must identify 2 to 3 hours where your highest leverage project is the only thing that exists. You don't check your phone, you don't attend optional meetings, and you don't allow minor emergencies to breach the walls of your focus. This intense, isolated output creates a volume and quality of work that the fragmented, reactive worker can never match. Pillar 3 is the strategic review. Before you finish work on Monday, perform a 15-minute cold-blooded review of your entire week's plan. Where is the resistance going to hit? Which project is most likely to get derailed? The average person only looks at their calendar. The champion looks at the terrain of the week like a strategic commander, anticipating potential choke points. By foreseeing problems on Monday, you give yourself maximum time to prepare resources and build contingency plans, eliminating the possibility of a paralyzing surprise on Thursday. You use Monday's discipline to purchase predictability for the rest of the week. When you build your week on these foundations, Friday is transformed. It ceases to be a day of panic and desperation. It becomes a day of profound execution and celebration. You don't finish. You execute the final polished steps of a plan that was already 90% complete by Wednesday. You cruise to the finish line. You don't catch up. You pull ahead, using the final hours to strategically plan the following week, expanding your lead. And you don't apologize. You deliver a high-quality result, not because you rushed, but because you started with discipline and maintained momentum. This is the ultimate contract you sign with yourself. Monday, discipline creates. Friday, victory. The weight of the work is shifted to the time when your energy is highest and your focus is sharpest. By choosing discipline today, you are creating a Friday where success isn't just a hope, but a completely inevitable result. Start your week like a champion, and you will finish it as one. Thank you for watching. If this resonated with you, hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Let's win this week together.